Hello, my brothers and sisters. It is I, Daniel Castillo, with another video. And in this video, I'm reviewing Ford Man's Cultivation General Store in the Cultivation World. And here, it starts like this. Warning, spoilers ahead. If you don't want to get spoilers, don't watch this video. It's an excellent book, and they're still writing it, and you should check it out. Anyway, it's about a guy named Leo, or Ford Man. That's not his name. That's the name he took up as his, what's the word? His name as, he took up the name as a, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he lived in a world where basically a nuclear apocalypse happened, and everybody died of radiation. And those who didn't and became mutated died from cannibalism. Pretty gory stuff. But they, you see, he didn't die because he ate plants and stuff. And he would eat like a block of ice every now and then. You see, the more radiation he eats, the longer his life gets. And when he found a ring, he found an alien artifact, alien spaceship, and a ring that could allow him to sell things for life, to buy things with lifespan. So he saved up his life, 200,000, he lived to be 50,000 years old, saved up enough life after 50,000 years, and transmigrated to a cultivation world, the Florida Man, in a cultivation world. Florida Man General Store in the Cultivation World. Anyway, when he got there, he looked for a way to communicate with the inhabitants of that world, because they didn't speak the same language. They're basically speaking Chinese. Yeah, Chinese. Anyway, what he got, since the what's the word? The universal transmit device was too cheap, too expensive, he bought something that could work equally as good. A general store. And he used it to, the first guy who came to a store, he was testing out, he sold him what he thought was garbage, weeds, grass, but the grass turned out to be have medicinal properties, or alchemical properties, and he basically sold something worth 100 years for one year. And the boy that he sold it to, Gao Yan, his name is, and the Florida Man's name is Leo, did I say that? Anyway, Gao Yan sold like 100 blades, and then Gao Yan basically got sick from radiation poisoning, and he absorbed a bunch of wood chi, which is very useful for alchemy. He basically had no potential before. He had no potential. And here comes my son. He had no potential. He's probably going to get kicked out of the clan, out of the sect. And he got a chance thanks to Florida Man, absorbing the wood chi from the grass. And he eventually became, what's it called? A soul. He grew to be stronger. And then, well, this is just the beginning of the book. other people came looking for Leo to buy his grass. And then other people came, and they were basically, what's the word? It's the leaders of the sect. And they got more, and Leo said, "Oh, I see my friend told you about my grass." And they stole like 100 grands for like 100 strands, 100 blades for like 21 year? What, how many years? He sold it for dirt cheap, basically. And then the guy went back to his sect, told his father, and showed him the grass. And his father said, "Oh, he's probably, they mistake him for a nascent soul, whatever. Because he had orange light coming off of him, but he was really a god. He was at the god level. The level of a god." And they all eventually came to know this, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. Anyway, after that, what's the word? After that, this got to be, I might have to make more videos about this stuff. This is very enjoyable for me. Anyway, other people, they gave the strands of the grass, more grass, to an alchemist in their sect. And he said, "Did you get this from the Ford man?" And they said yes. And he said, "Then you extorted them for him?" He was probably testing you by selling them so cheap. And he probably wouldn't want to sell anything to you anymore. So he went to buy himself and bought like 1,000. He eventually became Leo's employee is what I'm trying to say. Yes, his employee. Yeah. And he would get, after he became the employee, but before that, I'm gonna have myself again. The Florida man, basically, a plant absorbed enough of his radiation and turned into a nymph. And it meowed like a cat. Again, these are spoilers. Anyway, this creature was like third stage at first,